Welcome to another beautiful edition of Touchline Sports. Today on Touchline Sports, we take a trip to the beautiful palace of the Tongraan Kugbilsung Nalebtang. His Eminence will be talking sports today. Did you know that he was called Baba Yara during his days as a footballer? In fact, he played football before. This is a secret I am letting out. Join us as we go to his beautiful palace for in-depth analysis of sports issues here in the region and beyond. He'll be telling us all that and many more. Make a date as we go to his beautiful palace. My name is Umukusum Tayu. You are welcome to Touchline Sports. Today, we have an exclusive interview with the Paramount Chief of the Talensi traditional area, His Eminence Tongraan Kugbilsung Nalebtang. It's a real privilege to have such a wonderful man on our show, and I must say that everyone that watches us on Touchline Sports must also be very privileged to be watching this edition. I'm sure listening to him will serve as great motivation and a good sense of advice to all the young guys out there who are into sports and see the need to use drugs.
That is a privilege and an honor to have you here in my palace. You are very much welcome, and I'm open to you.
Okay, so I first of all want to find out from you how it feels to have a national sports festival being organized in your traditional area.
Yes, thank you very much. If you recall, today I said in my speech that apart from the Ministry of Education reviving this program, which enables the schools to compete regionally and in a rotatory manner, I think that the whole idea is so good in the sense that it promotes that kind of unity of purpose as a country, because the students get to know each other's regions, and then they interact, and that brings us together as a people. And I think that hosting it here in the Upper East region particularly, and specifically in the Talensi district, is a much great honor to us.
Well, we can tell you are excited about this initiative, in that you even donated a bull to be used to prepare meals for the people gathered at the Bogatanga Senior High School. I want to use this opportunity to thank you for that beautiful gesture. Moving away from that, I want to find out from you what it means to take sports as a career for a young girl or boy who probably is still in the basic school. What is your advice to somebody that probably is good at football, volleyball, but is doubtful of pursuing it?
My dear, these days, unlike in the past, in our times, our parents were not very comfortable if you were a sportsman, or so to speak, to dedicate your time to playing football and not wanting to study. In fact, in our time, it was as if you were a footballer, you will not learn and you will not take your studies seriously, and that it won't take you anywhere. I can tell you my own story. When I was very young, my old man was with the railways, and we used to work. He used to work in Tongo, and we had a football team. I used to be the captain of the team, and they called me Baba Yara at the time. And every Saturday we played games amongst the villages in the Tongo area. But on every Saturday, if we had a match, my old man will catch me and go and lock me in his room, imprison me and go to work, because he didn't want me to go and play ball. But my friends will come, and then I will open the window and they will help me down to go and play ball. I was so good at it at the time, but here we are this man wouldn't want me to play the ball because he felt that ball wouldn't take me and football wouldn't take me anywhere. But my dear, today it's a different story. Even though he was pressing me to learn hard and not play football, today the story is that you can combine both and indeed manage yourself in a way that you can be successful in sports, in all the spheres of sports discipline. So I don't think that we will compare our times now to the yesteryears. So good. Those of us, especially parents who see that our children are interested in certain sports discipline, should encourage them. They should make sure that as much as they can, they give them the necessary support to, excel. And as I said, it goes with discipline, training, and then perseverance. And that is how you can achieve your aim. You must also make sure that you do not combine sporting activities with drug abuse, especially for those who would normally want to take drugs to enhance their performance. Today, it is very easy to detect your blood sample. To take your blood sample and then detect any substance that you have taken, either by ingestion or by swallowing. So, sports should be encouraged from the governmental level, parental level, and then at the district and national levels.
Here we are in a region where we have very little facilities. This region is less privileged when it comes to infrastructure. Of course, unless someone is not a Ghanaian or doesn't read, the person might not know who you are. With the kind of influence you have, and as big as you are, I want to find out from you what it is that you can do to help in terms of probably speaking or calling on the authorities to help build or renovate the few ones that we have that are in bad states.
Thank you. The first thing that comes to mind for me now is the Bolgatanga Sports Stadium, which I'm rather sad to say that it's in a state that one cannot, describe as a stadium. I think that the first thing that we have to do is to ensure that at least the Bolgatanga Stadium is upgraded to a stadium that befits the region. It is one that will help us promote sporting activities in this region. A lot of young men and women I have noticed of late are quite keen in sports. And I can tell you that in my own little way, when we started with our Tenlango Festival in the district, I organized inter-school sporting activities, both for ladies and then the men's side. And we were so encouraged that we gave them some trophies and sporting wear, just to make sure that we encourage. And this year, God willing, the festival will follow the same pattern, and then we will encourage sports in whatever endeavor that we are going.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence, for your time. We are grateful. And we'll call on you when the need be. But we want to plead that you help drum the message to the authorities that we are actually deprived so much when it comes to sport and infrastructure.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that I will keep on drumming this up. And I also like to say, maybe add that apart from the sports stadium, we certainly need our airport, which I'm told very soon the president will come and do something about it. The airport within the Sumrungu area has its drawings, and we will expect that once we are able to get the airport, it will also curtail our long travel to Tamale and back, instead of traveling right from Bolgatanga area to Accra. So these are the two things. The stadium and the airport, I think, is one thing that I would call for immediately.
All right, so on this note, we want to thank you for watching today's beautiful edition of Touchline Sports. This is what we promise, bringing the very important people to your doorsteps. So just subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep supporting Touchline Sports. You can also like our page on Facebook, Touchline Sports, on Instagram, Touchline_sportsgh, and you are good to follow all the updates as far as sports in the Upper East region, in the country, and the world at large is concerned.
My name is Tongraan Kugbilsung Nalebtang, Paramount Chief of the Talensi traditional area. I endorse Touchline Sports, hosted by Husum Tahiru. Keep watching Touchline Sports. Thank you very much.
My name is Humukusum Tahiru, and thank you for watching another beautiful edition of Touchline Sports.